5-kingdom classification of organisms. Objective: to learn the 5-kingdom classification of living organisms. In 1969, ecologist Robert Harding Whittaker divided all living organisms into 5 categories, commonly referred to as the 5-kingdom classification. Kingdom Monera consists of the most primitive life forms found on Earth. These organisms are usually microscopic and unicellular, meaning they are single-celled. They have no nucleus within their cytoplasm. Bacteria, Archaebacteria, and Cyanobacteria are all members of Kingdom Monera. Kingdom Protista is next. The organisms within this kingdom are also unicellular, but they have a nucleus. Cells of this type are referred to as eukaryotes. Most members of this kingdom can, like plants, undergo photosynthesis and produce their own food, and like animals, will have locomotory structures. Most Protista are aquatic and include diatoms, algae, euglena, and protozoans such as amoeba, paramecium, and plasmodium. Kingdom Mycota, also called Kingdom Fungi, includes fungi such as yeast, mushrooms, and molds. The body of fungus is made of long, thread-like structures called hyphae. Its members can be free-living, parasitic, or symbiotic. The 4th most complex kingdom is Kingdom Metaphyta, also referred to as Kingdom Plantae, and includes multicellular plants with eukaryotic cells, means they have a nucleus. The cells of this kingdom will contain a cellulose cell wall and a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll aids in photosynthesis, a process during which plants make their own food by utilizing sunlight. Kingdom Plantae comprises all plants, including herbs, shrubs, and trees. Finally, we reach the kingdom with the most complex organisms, Kingdom Metazoa, or Kingdom Animalia. It includes animals which are multicellular organisms. The cells of these organisms will be eukaryotic, and although they do not have a cell wall, they do have a cell membrane. All members of this kingdom have tissues and organs. Animals are heterotrophic, meaning they depend on other living things for food. Kingdom Animalia includes animals without bones such as the earthworm, insects such as the mosquito and cockroach, and animals with bones such as fish, lizards, birds, cows, and humans. Summary: the 5-kingdom classification was proposed by Robert Harding Whittaker in 1969. According to the 5-kingdom classification, all organisms can be divided into the categories of Monera, Protista, Mycota, Metaphyta, or Metazoa.
Kingdom Animalia, Phylum Porifera. The last kingdom from the Whittaker's classification is the Kingdom Animalia, which includes multicellular eukaryotic organisms. Most animals show a high level of tissue differentiation. Kingdom Animalia is divided into 2 phyla, Invertebrata and Vertebrata. Invertebrates are the animals without a backbone, and vertebrates are animals with backbones. Let's first take a look at Invertebrata, which is further classified into 8 phyla. Phylum Porifera, Phylum Coelenterata, Phylum Platyhelminthes, Phylum Nematoda, Phylum Annelida, Phylum Mollusca, Phylum Arthropoda, and Phylum Echinodermata. Phylum Porifera includes spore-bearing animals which are commonly called sponges. Although they are most common and diverse in the marine environment, around 150 species of sponges live in fresh water. Sponges have very simple structures and are either radially symmetrical or asymmetrical. Sponges are highly branched, cylindrical and hollow. A cavity called spongocoel is enclosed by the body. Their body is supported by a skeleton made up of calcareous or siliceous spicules or spongin fibers. Sponges have a loose organization of cells which are specialized to perform different functions. The different cells found in sponges are pinacocytes, which form the protective layer of the body, choanocytes that maintain the water current inside the body, and amoebocytes which store reserved food. Sponges exhibit holozoic mode of nutrition. They capture food brought close by water currents which are created by choanocytes. The food material is then digested by the process of intracellular digestion, and the remaining water is thrown out of the body through the osculum. In sponges, the processes such as respiration and excretion take place by means of simple diffusion. Sponges have a system of canals. Choanocytes line the inner surface of these canals. Through ostia, the water enters the spongocoel and leaves through a single large osculum. Sponges reproduce asexually by budding, fragmentation, and even by regeneration, where fragments or a part of the body or even isolated cells of a sponge can regenerate or reorganize into a complete sponge. Sponges can also reproduce sexually. The male gametes are released into the water by a sponge. Fertilization between these male gametes and an egg cell then takes place in the body of a neighbor sponge, resulting into the formation of a new individual. Some important examples of sponges are Leucosolenia, Cycin or Scypha, Euplectella, commonly known as Venus flower basket, and Euspongia, commonly known as the bath sponge. Based on certain similarities such as intracellular digestion and the resemblance of amphiblastular larva to a flagellated protozoan, it is said that sponges may have evolved from colonial flagellated protozoans.